everybody, my name is Allison. I'm the Programs Outreach and Youth Services Manager here at Monterey County Free Libraries. Thank you for joining me today for another episode of Self-Care Sunday. Today I'm going to be going over some tips with you about how to get better sleep. So sleep is something that I struggled with for a very long time, and setting a proper bedtime routine and just looking for the best ways to help myself unwind before bed and get better rest. And so these are some of the tips that I find work the best for me, and I hope that they work well for you. So the first one is a very big one, and that is no tech in the bedroom and no tech before bed. So there's a lot of research that's been done that says that you should disconnect from your devices about an hour, if not longer, before you're heading to bed. And this is because the bright lights on our phone interrupt our normal processing patterns for sleep. They send a signal to our brain that we're still supposed to be staying awake because it's so stimulated, and there's so much stimulation going on that it's hard for our brains to wind down and get ready for rest. So I'm not very good at adhering to the no tech 1 hour beforehand rule, but something that I've really incorporated is to make sure that I don't have any tech in my bedroom. So I actually got an old-fashioned alarm clock and don't use the alarm on my phone anymore. So I have that on my bedside table, and I charge my phone in another room. And this way I'm not in bed still on my phone, and if a text or a phone call comes in, I don't see it because it's in a different room. So if you're not able to totally unplug an hour or so before bed, I would say just try plugging your phone in a different room to charge overnight, and try to keep your bedroom as a tech-free zone. That goes into another tip, which is to keep your bedroom just for sleeping. So many people do tons of things in their bedroom, especially during the pandemic when many of us were working from home. Your bedroom might have become part office, part exercise room, part TV watching, eating in bed, all sorts of different activities. But one tip that I've heard is to make sure that your bedroom is just for sleeping, because then when you're in that room, it triggers your brain to get ready for sleep. So I've been trying to do that, and the one exception to that rule for me is I read in bed before going to bed, which is how I start to unwind. A third tip is to make sure that you're not exercising or drinking caffeine late in the day. So that depends on every person's different. I know, for instance, some people who can't drink caffeine after noon. Some people can drink it later in the day. But if you're exercising really late in the day or drinking caffeine, you're again stimulating your body to stay up. So exercising releases a lot of endorphins, which makes us feel really good and kind of hypes us up. But it's not really great for getting us ready to go to sleep. However, exercising earlier in the day does help your body to unwind later in the day. And again, with drinking caffeine, if you're somebody who likes to drink coffee throughout the day, maybe switching to decaf at some point, or trying some sort of herbal tea to help with getting that fix of having a hot beverage but not getting that caffeine dose. Next is setting a bedtime routine. So this is all about training your body to prepare to get ready for rest. So going through that routine every night before you go to bed. So that can just be something as basic as brushing your teeth and washing your face and hopping into bed, or something longer if you have a self-care routine that you do in the evening. But setting a routine that you go through every night so that your body and your brain know that we're getting ready for sleep. Within that routine, something that might come in handy is writing down your worries or journaling right before bed. So this helps some people who find that once they turn off the light and are trying to go to sleep, that their brain just starts coming up with every worry that they've ever had in their entire life. So taking some time right before you go to bed to write down all of your worries, or write down your to-do list for the next day, or write down what's on your mind, helps to get those thoughts out of your head and onto paper so that they are somewhere in the world, but they don't have to be at the forefront of your mind anymore. Like I said, this is particularly helpful too if you have a to-do list for the next day, or if you're really worried you're going to forget something. Writing it down ensures that you're not going to, and that you'll be able to pass those thoughts off for now and deal with them tomorrow. And a last tip is to make sure that you are getting natural light to set your internal clock. So if you live in a place where you keep the curtains closed a lot of the time, or you're using a lot of tech devices later in the day, you want to start making strides to make sure that you're getting some natural light in. So open those curtains, maybe take a short walk around the block to get some of the natural light, because that helps to set your body's internal clock. So our bodies are still very much connected to nature and the patterns of the sun and the moon, and so seeing that natural light helps to signal to your brain that it's time to start resting. I hope that you'll find these tips useful in getting some better sleep, and if you have any sleep tips that you'd like to add, please let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that you have a nice rest of your week. Bye-bye, everyone.